This is fresh.
The Secret Menu Podcast.
This is fresh.
TappedN, episode 10. Diego Red, appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Today I got my guy in here, man. A pillar in the Fresno hip hop community. We from the same era. A lot of people got bars, a lot of people got beats. He got both. You know what I'm saying? Very instrumental in our movement. From back in the day, and still actively putting together something that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? He still has his hands in what's going on currently. A great ear, an amazing ear for unpolished talent. You know what I'm saying? My guy, man, TL the Trufe. What's good, bro?
What's happening, man?
Man, another one like the other one, man. Glad you pulled up to tap in with me. Let's get it cracking. You are you born and raised in Fresno?
Born and raised, 1981. Yeah.
81. Okay. What growing up? So when you're born, and as you start to grow from ages birth to 10, it's you, mom's, bro, sister. Like what was the environment for you like growing up?
The dynamics for me, I can remember my mother and my father being there. A couple of my aunts, my aunt Gabby living with us. A few family members, for the most part. I didn't have any siblings my age. My father had 9 other children. My mother, I'm the only one that survived out of all the children my mother and father had.
Damn.
You know, and I'm her only son. Yeah.
When you say the only one that survived, it was miscarriages or just things happen in life?
I have an older sister who died at birth. Then my mom had like 3 sets of twins. You know what I mean? They all died at birth after me.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
So you really are like, you the miracle baby.
Yeah, I mean, considering my daddy was 60 and my mom was 26.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Pops was 60, Moms was 26?
Yeah.
Pops was doing his thing, man. He was still getting it cracking.
Yeah. Up until he was he died when he was 85. But I was 21 and he was 81. I went over there to go visit him one day and cut his grass. I'm thinking he's gone. And my dad got hats and said he wore his hats, these dope ass hats with the brims on it.
Yeah.
And I didn't see him. I'm like, ooh, this opportunity gonna get a hat. Why'd I get my eye busted though?
Damn.
I opened up the door, going into his room. He got the lady bent over, smacking, and I'm like, oh my goodness. What's the hat?
He was 80 then?
Yeah, he was getting it in at 81.
At 80, still knocking
81.
Something down.
Getting it in. So, you know what I'm saying? That's my pops though. You know what I'm saying? My mom was already gone. You know what I mean? But yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
that man,
Pops had sex drive at 80. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that a characteristic you? Do you think you picked that characteristic up from
Pops?
Pops?
Have to ask the ladies. I think I inherited all of that. You know what I mean?
Do you think you still gonna be putting legs back at 80?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, rest in peace, Pops, bro.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Pops. So y'all had a good relationship.
Yeah.
The time you did have it.
Yeah. I mean, he outlived my mother. You know what I mean? So,
What?
so yeah, my mom, she died in '96 at the age of 41.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I was 15. My dad, you know what I'm saying? That's how when we finally lived in over there on the west,
yeah,
on Modoc and White's Bridge, that's me moving from the east side into my first house. And of course, the big house in the
because
front,
of what
that's
happened
my
with
family
moms.
too. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And my dad was like, you know what? I mean, you old enough. I'm gonna give you your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what you can do with it. You know what I mean? And it worked out. You know what I mean?
Damn. So at 15, you lose moms, and pops kind of just say, "Hey, here you go, manage this." How is that?
Well, he still came around and he still checked in on me, but he was like, you know what I'm saying? Plus, I ain't gonna lie, I was hard headed, rebellious, mad at the world. He's 75, I'm 15. You know what I'm saying? Can't keep up with a youngster who think you know everything.
Right, because that's a lot of freedom. That means you can sneak the girls in that motherfucker. The homies can come smoke weed. Like you really didn't have that parenting thing over you to make you
not like that.
It was kind of on you to do what you decided you was going to do.
Yeah. I had to, you know what I'm saying? I had a 3.8 grade average, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a dummy. I made sure I made it to school on time. I did all that stuff, you know what I mean? And I inherited all of my mama's furniture. So when I went in there, you know what I'm saying, it was panty dropping. You know what I'm saying? They was like, oh my goodness.
Right. 15 with my own crib, like.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. And it wasn't nothing but a little shack, little 2-bedroom shack. But
it's cool,
for a 15-year-old, it's a mansion.
Especially
you know
where we come from, nigga, that was crib.
Yeah,
so
that was crib.
You was still going to school, making it to school, doing all that?
Yeah. I was doing all of that still. You know what I'm saying? And getting deeper and deeper in the streets at the same time.
What type of kid were you from elementary to that point? I know you had 3.8 then.
Yeah. Well, I had as a child, I was a sweet, honest kid, man. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to John Bros Elementary and shit, man. And I had a bully. His name was Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? See, back then, my mama sold dope back then. You know what I'm saying? This is the crack house era. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we lived on Maple and Mono on the east side. And I got a bike, clothes, backpack, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even tripping. My mama got it for me.
Right.
I go to school, I'm getting socked in the face time I give me my bike pump. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what's going on, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's my backpack. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, my mama gave me this. It's my backpack. Come to find out, his mama was buying dope from my mama. And she started taking from her son,
selling her shit.
To him, you know what I'm saying? And I'm putting it on and riding on this shit, and the niggas is taking somebody stealing this shit. So I had a bully. The niggas used to beat me up and chase me past my house.
Because his mom's is coming through there selling all the shit, and then you coming to school with my new shit. It's my new shit.
Yeah.
My new
it's crazy, right?
I remember that era was crazy like that, bro.
Folks got the stories of the crack mamas and the crack daddies, you know what I'm saying, who use it. But I was on the flip side of that. My mama was the hustler, you know what I'm saying? And there's a thing that happens to the kids that are involved in that too. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't neglect, you know what I'm saying, but it was something else. You know what I'm saying? And it affects the kids too, because you know what I'm saying, even though they ain't out smoking, they gotta be going to make the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or go recop.
Right.
They gotta, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I can remember living on Maple and Mono, my daddy gone. You know what I'm saying? He's going to work or doing whatever he's doing. And I'm sneaking around the corner like that, trying to see what's going on, looking in the thing. My mom in there whipping. You know what I'm saying? Got the pots, the mason jars, everything. Just
cooking up.
You know what I'm saying? With the music going and stuff, man. And I'm saying, got the wax paper, putting it all out. Bro, she was doing it all. I literally learned how to cook crack watching my mama.
From moms.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
Moms was the D-boy.
Yeah, she was the hustler, man. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of parents don't realize, because it could be a motherfucker, they don't even necessarily got to be a drug dealer. They could just have a good ass job, but they feel like, I give my kids got everything. And that that really don't be everything. You know what I'm saying?
No,
The everything be the conversations. The everything be that time that they spend with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, once she stopped selling dope, you know what I'm saying? Because our manager at the time, white guy by the name of Ron, he was a customer too. And back then, they had to let the owners know, hey, we about to kick in the dope. You know what I'm saying? So he got the up and was like, look, Deborah, I got another spot right around the corner on Huntington and Chestnut. If you can get your shit up out of here, you know what I'm saying, get it out here right now. You know what I'm saying? So she called all her brothers, my uncles, you know what I'm saying, and my big cousins. They moved that shit right around the corner to Huntington and Chestnut, and that's where we was for
from there.
Up until
Fresno
94.
PD tell the landlord we got a request for this warrant. We finna be hitting your shit. We might tear.
Now they don't even do that now.
And he give the heads up like, hey, they gonna hit this motherfucker in a week. So when that warrant go through.
When we move over there, it's a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? The crack house era faded out that quick.
Right.
Just going around the corner. And all her customers was trying to come over there, but it's on Huntington and Chestnut. You know what I'm saying? He had cats like Boomer, Thad, you know what I'm saying? A few cats, you know what I'm saying? That was over there. Anthony, you know what I'm saying? Monkey Man, all of them was over there hustling. You know what I'm saying? Bo, little short Bo.
So it's slim. It's a struggle for the Knox. It's slim pickings over here.
So you know what I'm saying? And they shortstopping. My mama, she's still a woman. And she wasn't gonna be out there competing, so she was like, man, fuck it. I got enough money. I'm cool.
Right.
Because they was running to this is the era when they was running to the cars, putting the dope in the hand, and them brave smokers to do this. They was saying to drive off. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those, and it was crazy.
Damn.
And I witnessed all of that, man. Right there on Huntington and Chestnut.
That's crazy. So mom passes as you 15 years old.
Yeah.
Family members contact Pops, or you already had a relationship with him so that you could let him know?
Yeah, well, he was gone. He was gone. You know what I'm saying? My dad, one thing I can say about my dad, he stayed busy, even in old age. You know what I'm saying? So when he had, I forgot where he went, but I was supposed to have went to school that day. And I was like, no, I ain't going to come because my cousin Shauna, she was her caretaker when I'm not there. And I'm like, Shauna ain't showed up for some reason. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm staying.
So
like,
mom's was already ill. Y'all already knew she was ill.
Yeah, she was already ill by that time.
It just wasn't a sporadic.
Yeah. No.
She had
it
a
was
caretaker. Y'all kind of knew it was bad. Okay.
Yeah, it was building up to that. But in between that, you know what I mean? When she stopped, though, me and her, you know what I'm saying, our bond and got real strong. You know what I'm saying? She instilled some things in me that last to this day that I even passed on to my children.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she told me, this is the day she died. She told me, I can't breathe. And so I went over there, turned her oxygen up, you know what I'm saying, and still wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? And I tried to help her up, and she passed out on the floor, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm 15. I didn't know CPR. I didn't know none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I dialed 911. You know what I'm saying? They scooped her up, man, and took her, man, and that was the last time I seen her.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying? I get the call. You know what I'm saying? I come to find out she was already dead.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know. You know what I mean? And they called to confirm it. Yeah.
At 15, you go through this. Was this your first interaction with death? I know this is closer than ever, but prior to that, anybody died, was murdered, or passed, grandmother, anybody?
Yeah. My grandmother, you know what I'm saying, Selma Livingston, you know what I'm saying, my Uncle Bo, you know what I'm saying, which is my cousin Nathaniel. You know Nathan Lieutenant.
Yeah, Nathan Lieutenant, yeah.
His dad, you know what I'm saying? Death was already a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? I even went to Arkansas to my grandfather's funeral in 94. You know what I'm saying? And he died at 94. But I've been around death, even my folks, Krusty, you know what I'm saying, Bruce. You know what I'm saying? He got shot right there in front of me. He didn't die, but he was the one of the main reasons why I got put on my hood. You know what I'm saying? It happened right there in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted revenge. But I that was my first one, but that was the closest thing to me.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So there's already this dark cloud that looms as far as death goes in and out your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the big one hit, mom's. That's like bigger than the other ones.
Yeah.
How you dealing with that as a 15-year-old? Is that like Does it make you angry? Right.
It was anger. You know what I'm saying? I was mad at a loss for a while. You know what I'm saying? And I became very rebellious. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I was already on the hood, but when my mama died, I went all the way out. You know what I'm saying? Any missions, I was front line.
And as far as the streets and the hood should go for you, you have a different dynamic.
Yeah.
Being African American, you were from a predominantly Asian gang.
Yes.
How did that happen? Was it a friend you met at school you just began to hang out with?
Well,
how did you find it?
It has all to do with where you are, your location. Mm-hmm. Had I maintained to be on the west side, I'm telling where I would have been from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, we was on the east side. There was only a few selections to pick from. Mm. You know what I mean? And you know, and right in my area, TRG was the thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Growing up, going to school, the people I got into it with in elementary, it was them but fights and stuff. They were all Bulldogs. Well, wannabes, so we all wannabes.
At that time, right? Everybody coming up trying to find
Bulldogs, and you know what I'm saying? Folks from Lane. I went to school with a lot of them because we all on the same side. Lane ain't but nothing but a street light away from where my hood at. You know what I'm saying? And it was other hoods, but you know what I'm saying, they wasn't the major ones was TRG, Bulldogs, and Lane. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't live on that. Back then, you had to be on that turf to be repping. You know what I'm saying?
Your introduction comes from one of your first childhood friends, or can you remember?
So
like
Bruce is Bruce. Bruce, they call him Krusty. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He got put on before me, and we over there on Huntington and Chestnut. You know what I'm saying? Huntington is a cul-de-sac, and me, my cousin Shaky, Sean Lavelle. You know what I'm saying? I think Herbert and Brandon was there. I can't even remember. But we was all playing basketball, and he pulled up with his baby stroller. You know what I'm saying? His mom and them stayed across the street. Bonnie and them stayed across the street.
How old is you right here? You younger than 15 right here, right?
Yeah, I'm 12.
Okay. How old is he? Because you said nigga had the baby stroller.
He was like 16, 17.
Okay. He early teens. Okay.
Right? And he come out like, what y'all little niggas doing? I'm like, we playing basketball. So we like, y'all know nothing about it. He came out there playing with us. Then the car came in, slowed down, and then went to the cul-de-sac, came back, rolled it down, said, fuck TRG. And blah, blah, blah.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And we little kids, we all scattered. When we come back, he on the floor like, oh, it was, you know what I'm saying? It fucked me up. You know what I'm saying?
Was he Asian?
No, he was black and white.
Black and white. Yeah, the name, you said Bruce. The name.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So from there, you witnessed that.
So that's that. And I'm like, nah. And like within days, I got put on.
You swore revenge on the situation. Yeah. Damn, bro. That's crazy how life just, you know what I'm saying, twist and turn us in them instances, in the moments. And although you had siblings, you really didn't have anyone around at that time. So as you begin to function with your people, primarily y'all thing was it, you know what I'm saying, hitting licks, selling dope?
My hood was primary known for one thing and one thing only: murder. Mm. We are known for killing, and it's
a very big set nationwide. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or as far as California, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all deep. Yeah. It's a big.
It originated in Long Beach, but the homies came out here. You know what I'm saying? I got put on in '93, and they was already out here like forever. You know what I mean, since I can remember. Mm. You know what I mean? They were already out here.
So in the midst of all of this, in between 12 and 15, when Mom passed, had you already found the music thing, or was it just strictly thugging at that point?
Yeah, I started rapping when I was 9.
Oh, you already had the love for the music.
Yeah, I was already rapping. You know what I'm saying? My mom got me a Casio keyboard and a little tape recorder.
What was your introduction to that? Because we close in age. Mine was Crisscross.
Yours was Crisscross?
the Chronic though, Nothing But a G thing fucked me up forever. When that video with the lowriders coming, like that fucked me up. But when I seen Crisscross, I'm like, nigga, I can do this. They got kid. Them was like the first kid rappers to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My introduction for me was, you know what I'm saying, Ron DMC, you know what I'm saying, Kumo D, you know what I'm saying, LL Cool J, the Fat Boy.
You was already looking at the older niggas like, okay.
Yeah, because my cousins, you know what I'm saying, my cousin Virgie, my cousin, you know what I'm saying, Shauna, all of them, you know what I'm saying, 08, you know what I'm saying, we was all like grandma house and all they would watch his music
They
video.
had the music playing, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they are my older cousins, they all used to babysit me. So, you know what I'm saying, I fell in love with music and hip hop because they was listening to it. You know what I'm saying? And but I thought I could rap, but I was doing more cussing than anything. But that was the only time my mama allowed me to do it.
Come on in here.
Yeah.
Do that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At 9, you in there cussing like a motherfucker, but you knew you could get away with
like
that. So as you begin to dabble and mess with the music, you getting a little older. Where's the first time you made it to somebody's closet with the record 2-track or the music thing? Where's the first time that happened?
Thank God that didn't exist much when I was going. You had to go to an actual studio.
Right.
I was with my son's mother at the time. I was walking from the west side, from Modoc White's Bridge, all the way to Blackstone Ashland. Mm-hmm. And her stepdad heard my music. He was playing it, and he found out I was rapping. And he was like, "Man, I'm gonna send you over there to my boy, man. He got a studio. His name Peebo."
Shout out Peebo.
You know what I'm saying? And I went in there, went over there, you know what I'm saying? I checked out everything. It was amazing. You know what I'm saying? The engineer station looked like a spaceship, man.
Yeah, at
you know
that age, it's like, nigga.
Yeah. And the first person I met besides Peebo was one of my closest brothers, Black Crow.
Shout out Crow.
You know what I'm saying? He looked at me and like, "Oh, what's up?" You know what
you met him there?
Yeah, that's why I met him.
Okay.
And he's my friend to this day.
That's what's happening.
He's my brother, man.
So you get in there the first time. So how old was you then? About 16, 17?
I had just turned 6.
Okay. So for the first time you hearing original beats. Like, okay. Yeah, it's a little different. Because when you do the mixtape song, you kind of make your version of this nigga song. Now this is
what I did when I was a kid, when I had the Casio, I was making my own beats
already,
and rapping on them. One of the only like beats that already existed that I rapped on when I first started rapping was Blowfly. I
remember Blowfly.
You know what I'm saying? He had a song called Rap Dirty. And it was on a little thing. You flip it, the beat was on there. You know what I'm saying? I put it on the record, you know what I'm saying? The press record on my thing, and I used to do all the cuss words. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nigga had 9 songs to 1 instrumental. That's how it was.
Yeah.
Gangstar had they had a song called Just to Get a Rep. Doom 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 doom. I had 90 songs to that 1 instrumental. You know what I'm saying? So I know how that go. You remember, so you tell the truth now. At the time you go to the studio, Airtight, for the first time with Peebo and them, what is your rap name?
Oh, shit.
What was your first rap name?
Well, TappedN the Solo Soldier.
Oh, so you early in the game of keeping your original name.
Yeah.
Cause niggas always had crazy rap names and shit. And it was crazy because my government name is Gregory Day. Yeah. And there was this nigga that had an album and the nigga name was Gregory D. And I remember that tape and I'm like, well, I could never use my real name because this nigga already had it. If you don't believe me, y'all go on the internet and look on YouTube. There used to be a rapper. The nigga name was Gregory D. My government name is Gregory Day. So I always had a different name, but you early because we really didn't see rappers have their own name until like Kendrick Lamar. The nigga name was his name. So you were already in our era. Your name was your name.
Yeah, but my hood name was G Boss. So you know what I'm saying. A lot of cats knew me as that too. You know what I'm saying. So those two were interchangeable for a while. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of rap names, you know what I'm saying? Because based on, the groups that I had and everything else.
Right. We got a little bit of that feedback. I don't know what changed.
All
But
right.
as you begin to make the records, the street shit is still going on.
Yeah.
You're a solo.
In a major way.
Over at Airtight. You a solo artist, or were you ever in a group at all?
I was a solo artist.
Okay. And then you mentioned Nate the Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Y'all mothers are sisters?
No, my mom and his dad is brother and sister.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's Did y'all link with the music back then, or later on? It was like, this is my cousin.
So we developed separately, but right before I got locked up, he linked in with me, YB, and Fatal.
Right.
And became a part of the Hood Nuts.
Shout out Fatal Poems. So that's one of the first things you created, the Hood Nuts.
No, that's the second one.
What was the first one?
The first one was the Lyrical Surgeon.
Okay.
That's me, Black Crow, Champagne, and Wicked, now known as Big DeVille.
Okay.
You know
so y'all put that together.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was Dr. Till I'm Dead, Black Dr. Mindbender, you know what I'm saying? Champagne was Dr. Giggles, and Wicked was Wicked the Trauma Patient. It was a big old gimmick.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? I kept the name Dr. Kill 'Em Dead for my productions, though, for my beats.
Were there any influences in music that y'all like? It gives me kind of Brother Lynch vibes. And I know you and my dude Wack worked closely later on, and Wack really just loved that whole sound of the Sick Maid and shit. Was any of that inspired?
Brother Lynch plays a great part in my in what I do. You know what I'm saying? Along with Dr. Dre, Funk Beta, you know what I'm saying, Sam Bostic, you know what I'm saying, all the great mob music makers, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And of course locally Terrorizing the C-Wack, Yaku, you know what I'm saying, Marquise Bell, you know what I'm saying, even Beat, you know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah.
Those were a lot of my influences, you know what I'm saying? Even just being in the room, they ain't even saying nothing to me, but I'm watching and learning.
Right.
You know? And
you developing and shit. You developing your sound. Y'all putting some records and shit together. Did you ever drop anything? Did anything ever make it? Because it was a lot harder then, because you'd have to press that shit up, put it in the store. It ain't like now you just do artwork and upload it to Apple. Like, did you ever have any hard copies?
We had a lot of stuff floating around, but it wasn't nothing official until the Hood Nuts album. You know what I'm saying? But by that time, I was already locked up.
And you said Hood Nuts consisted of you, YB, and Fatal?
And Fatal, originally.
Okay.
But then we picked up On One, we picked up Drugs, Waz.
I remember Drugs,
too. LT, my little cousin Ray Mackin. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole, it was like the West Coast Wu-Tang around this motherfucker.
How do you and YB make the connection with one another?
We from the same side, from the same area.
Okay.
But I met him and Fatal around the same time. You know what I'm saying? We all did music together, man. We did a couple of songs and we was like, oh, we got something.
Right.
You know, and we just continued doing music together. You know what I mean?
So one thing you said was when that project, after doing all that music, by the time it comes out, you locked up.
Yeah.
So at what age do you go to? Is it jail or prison for the first time?
I was 21. On my 22nd birthday, I got 22 years.
God damn, bro.
You know what I mean? I ain't killed nobody. I got charged with pimping, pandering, assault by means likely to produce great bodily injury, possessions of methamphetamines for the purpose of sales, possessions of cocaine for the purpose of sales, 2 counts of torture, 2 counts of mayhem, and 5 counts of pimping, 5 counts of pandering.
That's crazy. Nobody died, and they give
No, nobody died. And I was
they give a
thinking,
nigga at 21,
28
22
years.
years.
28 years plus 2 life sentences. The deal was 22 years.
So of that 22 years, how much jail time do you do?
18.
God damn. God damn. This is 2001?
Yep.
Damn. This is crazy.
Yep.
So as you're faced with this, did you have a lawyer, or this was a public defender you sitting here dealing with that brings you this news at the time?
My father told me he would get me an attorney, but I'm like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. But I ain't gonna hold you for the majority of the shit that I did. I actually did. They fabricated a lot of stuff to stick it, but you know what I'm saying, I was collecting homework. You know what I'm saying, I was out there. You know what I'm saying, I was selling dope. I was. You know what I'm saying, and I'm always gonna hold myself to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I didn't want my dad putting the house up. You know what I'm saying, and I get out or something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm running out of houses on because I was a crazy nigga.
Or the flip side, they put all that up and then you still go down. So now
still go.
Y'all lost all the shit and lose me. Damn.
Yeah.
So as you are sitting there and the judge reads you this, had the public defender already told you what you was looking at, or was it a shock when the judge gave it to you?
I didn't know what I was facing until I went to arraignment. So I'm sitting in there for like a week, not even knowing what's really going down, right? And then I go to the go to arraignment, and I'm like, so it wasn't even my attorney, he just a stand-in. And I said, so how much time I'm looking at? I'm thinking on like 2-3 years or something, right? Because I'm like, I ain't do shit.
Right.
He looked at the paperwork. It was like, your max is 28 years plus 2 life sentences. Nigga, I almost fainted, nigga.
Damn.
I'm like, what the fuck you mean? You know what I mean? And it was crazy.
Prior to that, had you been in and out the county? Had you had a few little run-ins with the law?
I mean, not. Man, I was a young, all the like going to juvenile hall. My mama come get me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never spent overnight nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Until I got locked up that time. You know what I'm saying?
So they bang a nigga out the first time.
Yeah, my first time. No criminal history, no nothing.
22 years.
22 years. That was the deal.
And so where do they send you to?
They send me to Wasco first, of course. That's our reception.
Okay.
Then they send me to Lancaster, Middle Africa.
That's where you did the most of your time, Lancaster?
No, that was my first prison, actual prison, level 4. They sent me to B Yard. You know what I'm saying? And it was rocking and rolling.
And you young. This your introduction. You ain't even had too much county jail time or experiences, so you thrown into the lion's den.
Yeah, and believe me, I'm a fast learner. You know what I'm saying? They put me in a cell with an OG named Fahim. You know what I'm saying? His real name Melvin Wade. Cat that, you know what I'm saying, got himself off of death row. He probably home or passed away. He was an OG back then.
But being where you from, how does this affect your prison stay?
Well, this is the thing. When you get there, okay, where you from? It's obvious. I'm from TRG.
Right.
Okay, well, none of your homies is here. Okay, where you from? What city you from?
The city is Fresno. Right.
Well, you got like a couple of old niggas here. I'm like, huh? Okay. Well, what do you believe in? What's your religion? Oh, I'm Muslim. Oh, okay, your people over there. You know what I'm saying? So they you know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you, they got a structure to where they gonna send you to where your folks is.
You immediately go get with your people.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You get there, you know what I'm saying, and they gonna make sure, this young Muslim brother, he gonna live with me, you know what I'm saying? You know. And it probably, if it was majority of homies on the yard, you know what I'm saying, they probably would have, you know what I'm saying, they wanted me to go in as the other because I'm from TRG.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm Negroid. You know what I'm saying? I know where I'm from, but I know what I am too. You know what I'm saying? I've never been one of those dudes that act like the homies because they Asian and try to talk like them.
Right.
None of that. You know what I'm saying?
You still was you.
You know,
but facing 18 years and being so young, who's reaching out? Mom's is gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was talking to my
Any
father.
young ladies or your father would tap in? Okay.
My aunt Vicky, my cousin Tanisha, you know what I'm saying, and my cousin Lil Vicky. Those were the primary people.
The feedback kind of came out.
Contacted me.
Mm-hmm. So it really was family. That
basically
that was tapping in with a nigga over these 18 years.
Yeah. So the majority of that, I wasn't getting visits. I wasn't getting phone calls. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting none of that. I wasn't getting packages. Only reason why I was getting packages because I had 60 bands on my book. You know what I'm saying? So I was taking care of myself.
Oh, your own money.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? So it was like, you know what I mean? And I don't hold no animosity for nobody because I understand life goes on.
Right.
I put myself in that situation.
You was a grown man, and we you know.
But even in there,
we got to take our own responsibility for what we do, our decisions.
Yeah. But what got me through prison though was music. Everywhere I landed, it was a music program, and I was a part of it.
See, I was wondering because I'm like, being that shit was so early and new to you, like you said, when you first walk in the studio, it's like a spaceship, and then to be ripped away into that. Eventually, that shit ended up in there as well. So you would find a music program in the pen?
Well, we didn't have no. I remember, I'm on a level 4. That's from security. They didn't have no recording studios like they do now. I hear they got one at San Quentin. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not for sure. I ain't been locked up for a little bit. For
I think
4, 5
X-Rated
years.
has something to do with getting that put there. Shout out X.
Probably so. Yeah. But everything I did was live. I taught myself how to play the guitar in there. You know, said I already knew how to play the piano and drums and all that. You know what I mean? And you know, picked up a bass. You know what I'm saying? I had a whole band behind me. We was performing every weekend.
So you went from studio programming drum machines to actually teaching yourself to play the guitar and doing the live music.
Yeah.
Damn. That's big.
And I'm probably one of the only cats you would know personally that can actually play the guitar and rap a whole song.
That's raw,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying?
That's raw as fuck. That's raw.
Thank you, Priscilla.
Man, that's big. And see, these are things you don't know. And in my mind, I'm thinking you was gone for 8 years.
Oh, man, I wish.
You were gone for 18.
Yeah. I'm going to take this time, too, to thank Fatal and his mama, man.
Shout out Fatal.
You know what I'm saying? Because they really got me through some shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? When they was trying to really get me, you know what I'm saying, going up out of here, you know what I'm saying? His mom stepped in and really helped me out, too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I respect her and love her like she's my own mama.
Man, that's big.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to her. You do all this time and the world is consistently changing. As you're in there, are you guys getting any indication or music from that? Are you able to see like, oh,
yeah, I have my own TV.
So you knew what was kind of going on out there.
You know what I'm saying? I have a CD player, you know what I'm saying? And later on in the game, I have my own cell phone. You know
so you able to kind of keep up with the way that music is going, but in your mind, you know,
when
I get home, this is what I'm going to do.
I wasn't really concerned about what other folks was doing because I wasn't out. I knew I wasn't going to be out there to change that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I listened to it, and you know what I'm saying. I fell in love with Nas when I was locked up. You know, I was strictly West Coast. I was on that. You know what I'm saying? Bad Boy Killer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was carrying on the legacy of Tupac. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and but when I got locked up, I started listening to other people. You know what I'm saying? And I started listening to Nas a lot. Started listening to, you know what I'm saying, Busta Rhymes. I bought his first, what he did with Dr. Dre. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, that Bang Theory or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, I fell in love with that, man.
Yeah.
You know? And so, you know, and I was, all those beats they was on, you know what I'm saying? I write listening to them, but I'm writing my own shit to it. You know what I mean? I wrote over 500-something songs when I was locked up.
So you know as you're there, in your mind, you still formulating what it is you want to do when you get home and what you
Yeah.
want to create. Or are you? Because a lot of
What do you
niggas
mean?
get to that. Because a lot of niggas get there and they say, when I get out, I'm finna get into fire school, be a fireman,
Oh, okay.
or I'm like fuck. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas throw the dreams and shit away. And
Well,
18
for
years is a
me,
monster. You know. Do you even believe the music shit will be there in 18 years?
well, I told myself, regardless of how old I'll become, whenever I get out, if I get out, because just because you got a date don't mean you gonna make it.
Right.
I knew that I'll still be doing music, and I planned for it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Wrote my whole business plan. I went to college in there. I got an AA degree.
My
You know what I'm
nigga.
saying? I did all of that. You know what I'm saying? Right in there.
My nigga.
You know, I got out with about 7 bands in my pocket. Bought my family a car. You know what I'm saying? And invest the rest of that in a garage studio, my first studio. You know what I'm saying? And did the best I could with it until I got arrested again.
Mm.
You know?
So you get out after the 18 years and get arrested?
Yep.
How long
Again,
after?
14 months. I was out for 14 months. Man.
A year and 2 months.
Yep. My daughter got into a fight with the neighbor. I'm pulling up, and I jumped out the car, broke him up. The lady called the police, said I had a gun, and I waved it at her. You know what I'm saying? Which was not true. My cousin 08 was there, videoing the whole thing. When the police came, they did find one of my guns because I keep heaters.
Right.
You know, but I was on parole. It wasn't in the house, but it was in my parole address. It wasn't on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they were like, yeah, she must be telling the truth, but she was lying. And my cousin finally produced the video. That's what prevented me from getting struck out.
Damn.
So they was trying to strike me out. I was facing life.
But they violate you on that.
It wasn't even a violation. It was a whole new beat.
So they just gave you a new charge. So how long do you do that time?
3 years.
Nigga do 18
Out
years,
of
come
6.
home
Yep.
for a year and 2 months and go back.
Go right back.
Before we even go to the new 3 years, coming home after the 18 years, what the fuck was the world like though? Because a lot of niggas is dead, a lot of niggas is gone, a lot of niggas in chain. Like, what was it like after doing 18 years and coming home? What was the world like to you?
It was a culture shock for me, man, because the people I knew weren't the same. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them were strung out on dope, or you know what I'm saying, just ain't you can't contact them. You know what I'm saying? They was missing. You know, and when I first got home, you know, YB, LT, and DeVille was the first 3 people to come see me. Then my boy Drugs came and Black Crow came. You know what I'm saying? They were the first to come see me. You know what I'm saying? Besides my cousin Herman, who came to pick me up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Both times he came to get me. You know? But, you know, those were the first people who came to see me and to welcome me home.
The whole internet was not here when you left.
No, it wasn't. I didn't even make it to see the MySpace era. You know what I'm saying? I was already gone.
You was already gone.
You know, so, you know, I hear about that stuff, you know, standing in there, and I'm like, what the hell is a Facebook? You know, what's it? YouTube? What's YouTube? I didn't understand none of that stuff.
And like you said, you was a fast learner, though. You've learned this equipment fast. You've learned how to program fast. So when niggas show you this, you immediately on it. Record label shit on here. You made your pages. You're doing your thing.
Yeah, Ray Mackin showed me how to use FL. You know what I'm saying? He's my little cousin. You know what I mean?
Which is Fruity Loops for those of y'all watching who don't know.
You know, he was like, man, I know you used to the modules and the physical stuff, man, but this is it, man. You got to upgrade, man. Rethink some stuff. You know what I mean? I sat down and learned it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when he was teaching me, he was also teaching Echo. You know what I'm saying? And who else was over at Mackin House at that time? Cousin Ann Beats, you know what I'm saying? And a few other cats. You know what I'm saying? He was over there.
Shout out Echo.
You know what I mean? Everybody was over there learning from Ray. and I was learning from him too. Even though I taught him originally.
Shout out Ray Mackin, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Game exchange. You know what I'm saying? Exchanging game is not a crime. I love niggas who ain't gatekeepers and exchange game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Real Trap Guy Jones. Shout out Heather Marie and this motherfucker. I see my boy Yankovelli in here. Priscilla Bonilla's in the house. You got the people pulling up showing love. Your boy E Double in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So now you bounce out the car. The situation happens. They bang you again. 3 years.
Yeah. 3 years.
What are you feeling like at that time?
Stupid.
Are you replaying it like I could have did it differently when I got like?
No, because I did everything a father is supposed to do in that situation. Defuse the situation. Get your minor child away from this grown ass woman.
Right.
Get them in the house, and wait and see what happens. Because if it would have went any other way, I was ready for that too. Obviously, they found one of them. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't insulated in fighting my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to just be extinguished because I don't believe in getting into funk with people you live right next door to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Always be courteous and kind to those who live next door to you, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they you're most vulnerable to them. You know?
Cake Mix in the house. We was just talking about you, Mix, last night.
Mix is another MC out of this city that, you know what I'm saying, shape who I am.
Definitely.
It's a lot of cats out here. You know what I'm saying? It's so many to name. But my influences, and he's one of them. You know what I'm saying? And rest in peace to Fuji.
The guy.
Because he was
a lot of people don't know.
He was the first. He did the right down the street from my hood, right there by the IRS. He did the city of Fresno. But he was messing with my cousin Shaheed. You know what I'm saying? They was real cool. And Shaheed was like, yeah, my little cousin, they're on the corner house right there, on Huntington right there. He rapped too. He knocked on the door. It was like, yeah, I'm Fuji. My mama like, I know who you is. What you want? Yeah, I heard the baby up in there. Yeah, you know what I mean? He be rapping and stuff. I said, I wanna fuck with it. My mom was like, no, you can't. This boy can't even keep his room clean. How the hell you gonna be responsible enough to take up a goddamn contract for rapping?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My mom was being a mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was the first to acknowledge my
Fuji,
person
man.
that's in the game.
And a lot of people
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
know. Fuji wrote and performed "Rather Go Blind," which they later gave to Etta James, which they later gave to Beyonce, which later was in that big ass movie Cadillac Records and all that. That's Fuji, bro. If you get online, you can find the original. Fuji was getting checks. Like, my grandmother knew about Fuji and his music career. My grandmother did music as well. Rest in peace, grandma. And she knew. She was like, Fuji had hits, international hits. He would travel on tour overseas and all kind of shit.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest songs ever is Rather Go Blind. And it's that woman singing about rather going blind than not being able to see her man or whatever. And it really was Fuji. Fuji really wrote that song about one of his women. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Fuji, man. Real Fresno legend. Yeah, I'll send you all the shit, bro. Fuji really. Ellington, is it Ellington James is his government name? Yeah, Fuji was one of the ones. Yeah, he's one of the ones.
I remember seeing him come through though, and I was peeking out the side of the thing. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was like, no. Not right now. You know what I'm saying?
She wasn't having it. Real Trap Guy Jones says, I used to kill everyone in the dance battles at the parties on Huntington.
It must have been at my mama's house.
Did Real Trap Guy really have the moves or what?
You know what I'm saying? 4811 East Huntington, apartment 102, man. House 102, man.
Right.
That's where it was, man. That's where the parties was. I don't know what time that was, but when we was there, every October 11th, my mama threw a party. That was her birthday.
Right.
And we used to jump. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about a few things, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Mac Dre.
Mac Dre, the great, man.
Of all the pictures I got, this one it blew up small though. But this photo right here, this is you,
That's
Mac
me,
Dre,
Fly Y, and Mac Dre. You can see my black crusty ass in the background.
Where's this photo from? And
it's right there it's between McKinley and Olive on Fresno Street by the train tracks. I can't remember the name.
Knights of Columbus.
Right to Columbus.
Right by
It's something else
San
now.
Joaquin Memorial. That's
Right,
what
yep.
that's what it used to be called back in the day. It was a little
That's what that
club,
was.
social hall, yeah.
And the
Dre
hood
had
nut
a show
popped
there.
up. Yep, and he was high on something and drunk on something. He was drunk, high and drunk
Always.
with a Mexican girl in the thing. You know what I'm saying? We out there, you know what I'm saying, passing out CDs, and we seen Mac Dre. I was like, here, big homie, this us, man. We hood nuts, man. Woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? He was all excited. We was too. He was like, man, I'm gonna listen to this shit. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up listening to it. You know what I'm saying? But a few months later, I get locked up. If you could, you can get Pixie on the line right now, aka also Shabako Morocco.
Shout out Pixie.
Man. He'll tell you the story, man. You know what I mean? He was looking for me, but I was already locked up.
Damn.
But he was already out here. He wasn't out here for me. He didn't come out here for me, but we got whiffed of what we was doing. He was looking for me. Thank God he found YB and Y. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the billionaires now.
Yes, sir. Shout
You know
out
what I'm saying?
Pilgrim.
But all they first shit, I produced one of YB's first ones. You know what I'm saying? This is when he was going by Mr. 26. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My cousins on the west side, you know what I'm saying? When they was going by the Gorilla Halls, I produced all their stuff.
Right.
I produced all the lyrical service stuff.
So when did you finally hear that Mac Dre was looking for you? Why
I was already out the pen.
You was out, so you had all that time had
I
passed.
did all that time. Finally ran into Shabako, and he was like, yeah, man, that's what happened. I'm like, what? That's what really happened?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, it is what it is.
How did you find out Mac Dre died in the pen? Like, how did that
I was
news
in the
come? Did that
pen.
news come later, or
Right? You know, I'm in a LA prison. I was in Lancaster. You know what I'm saying?
So they ain't really heavy on that.
Yeah, they was like, E40 died. I'm like, what?
What?
Hell no, not the 40.
E40?
Look at the newspaper clippings, and it broke my heart. Because I remember shaking his hand, giving him my CD and shit. And I was just like, oh, fuck. But
So them niggas thinking it's E40 is Mac Dre, though.
It's Mac Dre the whole time, right? And then a few years later, I get a thing in the mail. It's YB hitting me, you know what I'm saying, with a picture of their cover. It's the billionaires, you know what I'm saying? Taking pictures, you know, he sent me pictures of him and Suge Knight, him and Wise performing, you know what I'm saying? It was dope, you know what I'm saying? You know, I hurried up and bought that CD. I'm slapping that. I'm the only nigga in the pen slapping that. You know what I'm saying? Let niggas use it. Yeah, that's the homies, man. Listen to this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was so proud of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was proud of them, my niggas, man. You know what I mean?
That's big, bro. Let's talk about it. The new album is out now.
Yeah.
TL the
Mob
Trufe.
Hop.
Mob Hop, man. The title alone stuck out to me. You know what I'm saying? We love the mob music. We love that sound, but we love hip hop. And you are, like I said, a sick producer, but cold with the bars. Fucked me up when you said you found Nas while in the penitentiary. It all makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
Mob Hop.
Well,
what gave you the title?
Mob Hop, Hood Nuts is the embodiment of Mob Hop. Because me, YB, and Fatal, you know what I'm saying, Wise and all of us, we had lyrical content. We wasn't your ordinary, you know what I'm saying, West Coast. You know what I mean? And we developed a style called Mob Hop. You know what I'm saying?
Putting the more lyrical rhymes
before we knew who the
over the
mob figures was. We was doing that already. We was coming with lyrical content on mob ass beats. You know what I'm saying? And I said this is Mob Hop. You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole nother genre that's been in existence since 2000.
Yeah, that's
about
raw.
that time.
That's raw. Going into this album, you had a project before this.
Yeah.
What was the album before this one?
Oh, you talking about Bugatti Ambition?
Right.
That
Bugatti
was my
Ambition.
first effort at creating something when I first got home.
When you first got home. This is the first album since then?
It was my first and only album.
Wait, the Bugatti Ambitions?
It was under my old rap name, Ayatollah.
Ayatollah T, right. That was your first and only album.
Yep.
A lot of those songs was a lot of that material you had written while in prison over the 18 years?
Yeah, it was written in prison, and you know, I really want to go back and redo that whole album because that's me creating an ignorance. You know what I'm saying? And not knowing. I really wanted that to have a little more kick to it, but for what it was, it's a classic to me.
Right.
I even got you on a song.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And I got you on one as soon as you got back too, kind of. Well, I don't know how long you had been on, but I made sure we had to get that on something. Me and Coley Cole just happened to be doing an album at that time, and I had to get you on something. You know what I'm saying? But Mob Hop is another level, bro. It feels and sounds as if you really took your time, hand selected the people you put on it, hand selected the music you chose for it. Going into this, it was the process creating this album, or was the process I'm going to do a bunch of good music and then formulate the project?
Well, actually, Mob Hop was supposed to be my third album. Because Real Rap was supposed to be the second one, but I wasn't satisfied with the mixing on it, so I halted that one.
Right.
And but Mob Hop was ready, so I went on and released that. To be honest with you, Mob Hop, I freestyled most of that.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
There's some bars on that motherfucker. You went in.
Yeah, that was all freestyle. You know? I don't like admitting that, but you know what I'm saying, because people know me as a writer or whatever. But that was a punch in now.
Yeah, but when you get in the zone like that, it's a good zone to be in. I had a year or two where I was able to do that. It wasn't many years where I was able to do that. I'm more of a motherfucker who like to sit and write too. But sometimes you just catch it like that. A bunch of dope artists on that. Who are some of the artists that you got on this album, bro?
I have my two artists, Jamel and Belly McFly.
Yes, sir. Shout out to him.
I have Black Crow, Big DeVille, Fly Y, MGM Flash, Big Yank.
Yes, sir, my nigga Yank.
T.A. the Handful.
Okay.
Mac Mall.
Yeah, that Mac Mall verse is crazy too.
My son TJ, Bank Williams, my folks Will Cash, and that's about it, I think.
Man, shout out to all them artists, bro. You really put some shit together that was like a mob version of The Chronic. Or Chronic 2001, where you just hear different styles, different voices, this shit meshed. You know what I'm saying? Because like when we first got to Chronic, you hear Snoop for the first time, then Corrupt come out of nowhere with this style, then Rage, then RBX. That's what the album reminds me of. And then even like with Chronic 2001, you hear Eminem, you hear Mailman, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what your album, the vibe it gives me, is so many different styles and cadences, and it all blend and mesh well. You know what I'm saying? Man, if y'all haven't already, check this shit out. Mob Hop, TL the Trufe, out now, all platforms. You feel me? TL the Trufe is your new moniker.
Yes.
One of your old monikers has not gone away, and it's you as a producer. It's Dr. Kill 'Em Dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Is this a project that's on the way that I'm looking at?
Yes. The Prognosis is a compilation of many artists out of Fresno, California, and abroad. And it's going to be on this album or this compilation.
And this is you producing it?
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Kill 'Em Dead.
This is Dr. Kill 'Em Dead's official project. You know what I mean?
As a producer for these artists.
Yeah, as a producer.
That's fire, bro. We definitely looking forward to it. Anything else you want to touch on before we get up out of here?
Yeah. I just like to bring to y'all attention. You gotta excuse me because these headphones keep going in and out.
It's all good. It's all good. We fighting through it.
Turn this down, man. I'm gonna speed you back. My main thing I want to tell the people of Fresno and all these artists, man. I don't know if you can hear me that well because it's sort of feeding back.
That feedback is kind of ringing now. Yeah.
So we have an opportunity, y'all, to really do something great. You know what I'm saying? And it takes one thing. It takes a little consciousness, and it takes a little bit of coming together. Even if it's not with me, but as a whole, we need to do something other than what we're doing. We have a sound that is our own. We have enough talent. I'm proof of it. I got talent that deals with me every day. And we got to stop treating each other like the enemy or like strangers. You know what I'm saying? If we don't learn nothing else from the South, because I've noticed since I've been locked up, we have been adopting everybody's styles but our own. But the thing that I wish we could adopt from the South the most is unity when it comes to this music.
Right.
And I hope y'all can really come together and make it happen. Because don't nobody care about the strikes and the beefs that happen in Fresno. They care about the music.
Right.
So we need to really come together for that. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk, man.
As far as what I'm doing,
you got a movie. Before we get to that, you got this movie you working on. Have you titled it yet?
Yes.
Yes.
I got 2 movies. I got a movie based on my life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also working on which is called Belly of the Beast. 559. But then I also have another one. It's a horror film that I'm working on as well.
That's dope.
I sent you a little bit of the one about my life.
And it's well written,
you know,
well put together. You know, it looks as if it's some shit somebody who's been writing movies and shit for years put together. You know what I'm saying?
This is, I've been writing for a while since I was in the pen, but I was able to sit down and really get it done since I've been home. Now I'm just waiting for the right people to come along so we can shoot it and get it right, man. You know what I'm saying? I want people to really get the feel of Fresno hip hop, and I'm gonna tell it from my perspective. And I'm gonna try my best not to leave people out.
That's what it do, bro.
You know.
And then I had cut you off, so you said you had some things coming, some other things.
Yes, Jamel's album. He's going to change the game of what rap is coming out of this city.
Kid is sick.
Buddy McFly. He is one of the most talented cats I've ever seen. I've seen him pull out hits that's worthy of millions. Right out of thin air. He lives it. D Smiles got an album coming out. It'll be out on the 29th. B Money, he has an album I'm working on. Black Crow, he's back in the studio. You know, and who else? My real album.
What you mean by that? What you mean by your real album? What's that?
The album that y'all got, that you have access to, be honest with you, that's the decoy.
So Mob Hop was a decoy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm anxious to see what's after
the
that.
Real album
Mob Hop is
dropped at
crazy.
the end of the year.
Okay, hello. Fatal Palms in the house.
Yeah, that's the pump fake.
J. Rab Lopez in the house as well. Yeah, I'm anxious to see. You got a title for it yet, or you holding on to that for a little bit?
I'm gonna hold on to it.
Okay, we anxious to see and hear it.
But I'm trying to get some big names on that one. You know what I mean? And of course, I'm producing it all. I'm meeting new artists every day and working with them. But I'm taking time out to also work on that project too. So, and we got a video coming out for Jamil. It's called "We Already Done It." Probably gonna be the best thing out of Fresno since the last thing Echo did.
Hello. I seen
And
y'all. I
he
seen the
dope.
behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? I seen y'all putting that
Yeah,
together. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So we doing some things here, you know, and I hope y'all enjoy it. And I appreciate the support and the love. You know what I'm saying? And I love my family. I love everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that you can really uh, take heed to what I was saying about this unity thing, man. You know what I'm
Hello,
saying?
man.
I know we got our stripes, man, but we can really make this cake up, man.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I mean? And really win and bring the West Coast back, but from a Fresno perspective.
Hello.
Because you know when people think of Cali, man, they think of LA or the Bay.
It's
They
starting
never
to
think
get
that
there.
in
We got
order
the
to get to
Stockton
one or the other,
niggas.
you got to come
Stockton
through here.
niggas is millionaires now. Some Bakersfield millionaires. It's time for some Fresno shit. To you know what I'm saying? Echo kicked the door as a producer. We right there. It's about that time,
Yeah,
and I hope that everybody that's doing it is a part of it. We right there. It's right there. Motherfuckers are
indeed.
starting to see that it's other regions. So the light is on us right now. We just gotta push the line, man. That's why I'm trying to do my best to make sure I put people on these platforms to give that look that they might not be able to get, and from there, other shit is happening. You know what I'm saying? But bro, I definitely appreciate you tapping in. I appreciate all y'all who tapped in with us.
Thank you
Mob
for
Hop
watching.
is out right now, though. All platforms. You will not be disappointed. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Any shout outs you want to give before we cut, bro?
Yes, to the Turner household, to the Livingston household, to the Parker household. I love y'all. Love y'all so much, and I do this for y'all. That's why I named my company Blood Talk, because family is everything to me.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And be on the lookout too. My son TJ, he got a mixtape out too.
How old is he?
TJ 26.
Okay, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to get my daughter back in the lab too. She go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Baby D go. Taja, she go.
Blood ties, man. TL the Trufe, y'all. Appreciate you tapping in with us on this Saturday afternoon. You know what I'm saying? TL, appreciate you, bro. You know we'll definitely be in touch.
Much
Put
love,
some
homie.
shit together.
You already
Much
know.
love. Much love, y'all. We out of here.